Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the TitleSnap and Zoccam session. We are super excited today to share these tools with you. My name is Hector Moran, and I'm the product owner of TitleSnap here at Realogy Title Group. We will start our presentation today with TitleSnap, and then we're going to end our presentation with Zoccam. So let's go ahead and get started. So TitleSnap, again, I'm super excited to be here today to share this with you. Just a little history on TitleSnap. So TitleSnap is an app that we've had out for actually several years. It's been downloaded about 34,000 times, and it's used about 10,000 times a month. A little over a year ago, we decided to tackle our #1 feedback from our agents, and that #1 feedback was that they want better communication throughout the transaction. So we started the journey to turn TitleSnap from a quote engine into a communication engine. And so you can see here that we have calculators that we offer. And last week we released our biggest release of TitleSnap, which was giving you the ability to see real-time transaction information about your transactions, giving you the ability to view documents and the status of your file. But we also included in that the ability for you to contact the parties in the transaction. So we're giving you what we call one-touch contacts and emails. So let's take a little deeper dive so we can take a look at some of the TitleSnap features. So again, TitleSnap for a very long time was a quote engine for us, and it allowed you as an agent to create net sheets and to help with other calculations when you were working with your clients. So you can see here there's 7 calculators that we offer. Again, we're super excited about the new features that TitleSnap is now going to be offering you. So again, the #1 feedback we hear from our clients is that they want better communication, and so we've enhanced TitleSnap to do that for you. So for example, if you need to send a seller a copy of a closing statement, we now give you access to view, download, and share files with your clients of your transaction. Let's say you need to look at a closed file. We now give you access to open and close files within the past 12 months. Maybe you need to call the closing office. We give you access to the title office contact information, the settlement office where your transaction is being settled, and all the parties' contact information for that particular transaction, and much more actually. But one important thing I want to point out here is that for the security of your data, we've also integrated a secure way for you to log in using the Okta Identity Management Platform. And to make it a good experience for you, we've also integrated biometrics. So when you log into the app, you can use facial recognition or fingerprint recognition to get into the app. So it makes it easier for you. So I can keep talking and talking, but a better way to show you this great feature, the great features that we have included in the app with this latest release is for me to give you a demo. So let me show you what that looks like. Let me cue it up here. Okay, so here's our demo of TitleSnap. We're going to open the app. When you open TitleSnap, it takes you directly to your personal dashboard. In here, you can see there's a section for quotes. So this is where you can save net sheets. And then there's a section for files. So for today's demo, I'm going to focus on files because that's our latest update. So I'm going to tap on files. When you go into your files, this will be a list of files that you've opened with our title company. So you can see here, each one of these cards, we call them cards, have a transaction address. And there's about 5 of them here on my list. Next to each one of those cards is an icon. In this case, it's an open transaction, so it has an open icon. So let's say that you're looking to get some information about a particular transaction that you have opened, and you need to know, are we closing on time? Has the closing been scheduled? You need to know what the closing location will be, and maybe even you need to see a couple of documents. Okay, so let's say we're looking at 1722 Berrywood Court. So I'm going to tap on that. It's going to take me into that transaction card. So you'll see here that the transaction card actually displays data that's being streamed directly from our closing platform. So this is updated every time you go into the card. And here you can see that I can take a quick look and see that the estimated closing date is for 9/10. So I know we're closing on time. Great. And I also wanted to know where the closing location was going to be. So you can see in the bottom left corner, I can tap on the closing location, the address, which will then bring up my map app on my phone to give me directions. So that's actually pretty cool. I can also see the file number to this transaction. Sometimes the file number is really helpful when you're communicating with the office that opened the transaction for you. It helps expedite things. So now let's say that I also needed to get a hold of one of the agents on the transaction on the other side of my deal. So I'm going to click on contacts. So contacts, this gives you one-touch contacts. You can see here that at the very top of this section, we have contacts for the closing location or the office. So this is a demo file, so there's some demo data in here, but you would have the office phone number. You would also get the escrow closing officer contact information, the processor contact information, and the marketing rep's contact information. And then below that, you can see that we also capture and share with you the listing agent's contact information and the selling agent's contact information. And below that, we have the contact information for the seller and the buyer. Now, I want to note here really quick that in this case, I'm the listing agent in this demo, so I'm only able to see these sellers' contact information. I'm not able to see the buyer's contact information because they're not my customer, they're not my client. And it would be the same for the selling agent. They would only be able to see the buyer's contact information and not the seller's. So let's just say again, I wanted to get a hold of the selling agent. I had a question for Kellie here. So I'm going to tap on her phone number with my finger. And there it is, one touch call. I can just hit call and make a phone call really quick, or I can tap on her email and I'm able to send her an email directly from my iPhone. All right, so let's delete that. That gives you an idea of the contacts, pretty powerful. These are available on any of your transactions that you open, and it's streaming again from our closing platform. Now, I wanted to check the progress on this transaction, so I'm gonna go to progress, and I can see here that for the demo, I've added the 4 milestone tasks that you would generally see. So you would see a file open status, you would see when the file was ready to close. You can also check the closing has been scheduled, and of course, if the file is closed. When we did a survey to get some information about what our clients wanted to see in the progress, closing scheduled was number 2 on the list of the high. So these are the current progress tasks that we have available to share, and we're going to be increasing this as we move forward and get feedback. So documents, let's say that I needed to take a look at the documents in this particular transaction, and I needed to look at the commitment. So I could tap on the commitment and tap it, and then it actually will open up to allow me to view it. And so I'm going to select my PDF viewer here, and there it is, there's the commitment. I'm looking at this from my iPhone, so if you have an iPad, you can download the app to your iPad or your Android device tablet and actually view the documents. It would be a little nicer, a little bigger. So it gives you an idea how that works. Let's go back to the app. Let's say that I also wanted to send a copy of this commitment to my seller because they haven't received one. So I'm going to tap on the power button. Those are the 3 dots on the right. And that'll give me the ability here to email it. So I'm going to tap on email. I'm going to tap on the to section there, and I can type in my client's email, or if I have my client set up in my phone address book, I can just tap on the icon there with the envelope, type in my client's email address. I'm just going to use myself as the client, and then type a brief message. Of course, you would have a professional message there going out, and then hit send. Once you send it, the system will actually send that document to the client, and it's on its way. Okay, so that's actually how you view documents, which is actually pretty cool. So again, this is information specific to this transaction that's all listed here, and it's real-time data that's being pushed over from our closing platform into the app. So, oh, there goes, email was sent, perfect. So let's say again that you are out and about, maybe it's on the weekend, and you get a call from a client and they're looking for a copy of the final closing statement for a transaction that closed a few months ago. So you can literally go into your app, just like the screen we're in now, and we have a filter. So you can filter out and you can filter for closed files. So right now we have the ability to filter for up to 12 months. So we're going to filter that out for the past 12 months. And we're going to pull in transactions that I've closed in the past 12 months with this company. So you can see here we have 2 transactions that I've closed. And let's say I needed to get into 44 South Main Square. So I'm going to tap on that property. And I needed to get a copy of the final closing statement. So I'm going to go to the Documents tab. And there I have a copy of the final closing statement for the seller. So I'm going to tap on the power button there, the 3 dots on the right. Tap on email. I would input their email address, a brief message, and then hit send. All on the weekend without having to call the title office, without having to go home to try to look for this document on my laptop or maybe on a paper file. So I was able to do this without, calling the office, which is really cool. So let me go back to my dashboard and filter back to open files. You can see this is pretty cool that you have access to real-time data on all your transactions that you have in open status and in closed status for the previous 12 months. So let me go back to quotes here. You can see here that I've saved a net sheet. So if you haven't used the calculators, we have the calculator options here. You can basically have your choice of calculators that we offer. The net seller sheet's the most popular one. So with that said, that's our demo. We're super excited. If you haven't downloaded the app, you can go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and download the app for your device. It's available for the iPhone. It's available for the iPad and tablets and iOS and Android devices. So super excited to share this with you. And if you haven't already reached out to a title rep, reach out to them and they'll help you get this installed on your phone. Thank you. All right. Well, I hope you got to see a little bit of what I was explaining about our app. And I can't say this enough, how excited we are to be able to share this technology with you to help you with your business, to help you, on the weekends when you're traveling around and you need some information at the fingertips, just pulling up your phone, opening up the app and looking at your transactions. But I just want to say, we're not done yet. This is just our second release in less than a year when we decided to take on this journey. And I just want to share with you a couple of more things that we're working on that are part of the roadmap to make this product even better for you. So some of the things we're working on is we're looking at adding app notifications. So if you want to be notified or not when the progress of your transaction changes or when a new document is uploaded, we're going to be adding that app notification to give you the power to do that. We're also going to be adding the ability for you to look at transactions for up to 3 years. Right now it's limited to 12 months, but we're going to be increasing that to 3 years. We are looking at adding a messaging feature within your transactions. So you're able to message the closing location if you have any questions. And that way we keep all the communication within that transaction. Again, on the theme of better communication. And we're also looking to enhance the way, an order can be opened through the application. So I didn't demo this right now, but when you do create a net sheet, you have the ability to start an order from a net sheet. So we're going to improve that by giving you the ability to also include a contract. The other thing we're working on, which I'm super excited about as well, is we know that a lot of agents work with teams. So you may have a transaction coordinator, or you may work with a group of agents. And so we're going to create a feature called agent teams within the app. So this is going to give you the ability to share the information from your transactions with those on your team. So that is super exciting as well. So again, those are just some things that we're working on to improve the app. So, be on the lookout as we continue to push those updates. So next step. So if you haven't downloaded the app, look it up. It's called TitleSnap. You can pick it up at the App Store if you have an Apple device. If you have an Android device, you can pick it up on the Google Play Store. Again, it's available for all mobile phones, iPads, and tablets. And if you would like a demo of this with your local group of realtors, or if you need help downloading the app, reach out to your local title rep, and they know how to use the app, and they can help you with any questions that you may have. So with that said, I'm going to pause here. If you have any questions, please post them on the chat. I'm going to pause here and take some questions, and any questions that we're not able to answer, I will follow up and get back to you. So with that said, Laura, are there any questions that I can answer?
Yes, Hector, we've got a couple of good ones here that I think are noteworthy. Their first one is, can you send more than one document to a client?
That's a great question. So right now with the release we just sent out, you can only do one document. However, we do have on our roadmap the ability for you to send out multiple documents to a client, one of your clients, and we're going to add progress as well. So those are, again, parts of the roadmaps that we have coming up. Great question.
Okay, and here's another one, Hector. Who do I contact if I need support?
Yeah, so the best person to contact would be your local marketing title rep, because they know how to use the app. If they have any questions to help you download it or just how to use it, reach out to them.
Okay, real good. All right, and here's the last one, Hector. Will I get a notification if a new document is uploaded?
That's a great question. So the app notification feature, again, is actually #1 on our list that we're working on as I present. So that's going to be coming out in a couple, here in probably in a couple of months. So we're going to have the app notification feature set up for you. So it doesn't exist right now, but that's coming.
Okay, great. Thanks, Hector.
All right, well, thank you, Laura. So again, if there's any other questions that were not answered, I will, return and answer those questions for you. So transitioning on, our next tool that we want to share with you today is called Zoccam. It's a digital deposit app, and to do that, we have the fabulous Kellie Meyer, the VP of Business Development, and the wonderful Laura Peters, VP of the Western Region. So with that said, I'd like to pass this over to Kellie.
Thank you, Hector. Wow, TitleSnap is so powerful. I love that app. So we have another app to share with you, and we're so excited to share it with you. I'm Kellie Meyer, and I'm here with superhero Laura Peters, our VP of the Western Region. Here's another exceptional tool for your toolbox. Zoccam is a no-touch solution for earnest money deposits. In the time it takes to snap and send a photo from your phone, you can deposit an earnest money check and open an order. Our vision and our goals align with yours, not only to provide an exceptional experience for you and your clients, but also to invest in innovation and tools that help you to work smarter, stay safe, and grow and adapt with your business. So you ask, why the Zoccam app? So this app answered the question on how we can provide the most valuable commodities back to our agents: time, safety, security, and simplicity. Zoccam does streamline the home buying experience by enabling the parties to electronically deposit earnest money checks safely and securely. So yes, there is an app for that. I happen to be a leader in our Midwest operation, and we've been using Zoccam, and our agents love it. I have a couple of stories to share with you. They are very real, and I know that you will relate. So picture this: you're going on vacation, or you're taking a few days off. Well, what always happens when you plan a vacation or you go on vacation? Right, your buyer wants to write an offer. So you think, no problem, you're mobile. You can work from anywhere. You can work from the beach. So you write the offer, you get an accepted contract, and then you think, the earnest money check. Well, let me stress right here, including you, no one involved wants a delay in getting that earnest money check in. Zoccam is your friend and your solution here. So here's another one. Now I know that you can imagine this situation. An agent had an accepted contract and their buyer was not comfortable leaving their home to bring in the earnest money check. The agent was trying not to handle any physical paper, and at the same time, they didn't want their client to pay a fee to wire the earnest money. The Zoccam app was the perfect solution here, and the client was so grateful that their agent had another option that allowed them to scan the check from their living room, and at the same time, that agent added that extra level of service to their client's experience. So it was a win-win. We know that you need this file to open quickly. You need all parties to start the process and to get this deal moving. This tool provides the speed, agility, and simplicity that we all need. So here's a visual representation of what I just spoke about. This can be done simply, safely, and securely, anywhere, anytime, even from the comfort of your client's own home. Zoccam takes manual delivery out of your process, so no more driving around to pick up earnest money checks, and no more wire fee for your clients. It reduces risk and transaction time, and at the same time, increases security. Everyone involved benefits from this process. It enhances communication, processes, and it also supports working virtually. Zoccam makes sending earnest money so easy from a mobile device that it can be done in 6 simple steps. Download the app, sign in and register, select a Realogy title company, enter the contract information, capture the check, then click and then receive easily in real-time notification. Anytime, anywhere. It's so simple. We are so grateful for you allowing us to contribute to your success, and we will continue to connect through innovation. If you have any questions and you want to learn more about what your Realogy Title Group has to offer, reach out to us. Zoccam is available nationwide, and it's offered today in a number of Realogy Title locations. But rest assured, if Realogy Title is not in your market, we have many trusted partners and we can connect you. Now, Laura Peters, will you join me in answering some of the questions in the chat? Laura, do we have any questions?
Yes, we've got a couple of good ones here. The first question is, do you just take a photo and upload it?
Okay, that's a really great question. So what you do is you capture the image of the front and the back of the check with your mobile device while inside the app, just like you would do with your personal online banking. It's that simple.
Okay, thanks, Kelly. All right, here's another one. Does Zoccam require the user to log in and log out?
Another good one. Yes, Zoccam requires the user to create a personal identification. So there's a personal identification number that they sign up with and you log in with that.
Okay. All right, and here's one last one, Kelly. Okay. Do I need a paper check to do a deposit?
Okay, so right now the answer is yes, but the app is in developing towards a paperless process. And Laura, if you want to speak on that any more, there's some other details that you've been involved with that I'd love for you to share with them.
Sure, it's really a dual path of a development effort. It's one to reduce the amount of upfront keying of data. So some of the data that's required today, they're looking at how to minimize that. And then secondly, to advance the technology that supports the app to not require the paper check. So ultimately, you'll have the option. You'll have a 2-check box, and you'll be able to check 1 if you want to use a paper check, and 2 if you don't. And if you don't, then it will require for you to enter some banking information so that that gets pushed to the trust account. Okay. So I'm hopeful. Feedback from the vendor is that late fourth quarter that they're looking to have that available, and it's been a real common request, and they understand that it's a hot button.
Yeah, that's excellent. It fills a big gap, so good stuff. So please know that we will be following up with any questions that you've left us in the chat or have emailed to us directly. So thank you so much for your time and attention. Stay safe, stay connected, and stay hopeful.